Hi, this is Tanya the Lady Strange. This is going to be the general collective reading for the week of December 29th of 2024 and bringing us into the new year in the middle of this week of 2025. A new beginning, a thing to see and embrace and see what another year brings us of learning, growth, challenges, but healthy relationships and empowerment. So this week with the cards, again, I read my card. My cards are just, this is for the collective, should I say. This is from my guides, the deities, and the entities I work with, and most of all, my gifts and abilities as I conductively and conducively channel these messages and like to share with others that this may apply or resonate with so that they can be prepared and mindful of. This is not predictive as much as it is an energetic reading of circumstances, energies, or things that may present themselves throughout the week. Again, things can change from moment to moment, day to day, depending on our interactions, our decisions, indecisions, and of course, just the way life is externally and internally. So this week I am going to be using, again, as I have in the past couple, the gorgeous Pythonic Tarot. Again, forgive me, I forget the creator, but you can still find this. The shop is closed on Etsy. For the most part, it's out of print, but you can still find it in Raven and the World Tree. It's an indie deck. It is a bit expensive after shipping, etc., but I was eyeing this for a couple years, as I said last week. Totally worth the investment, as there many indies are, and supporting, I find, another person's creativity and artist creativity, vision, and their relationships and their perspective and what that brings in. This is a very dark, divine, feminine deck. It does have male characters in it, like when I pulled the Hierophant yesterday, for example, for myself. So yes, it does have that too, but it's very much got the energy of the devil in the woods, like Pan. It's definitely got Hecate and Lilith and underworld energy. And that what you see beyond life, the veil, the perception of what truly is there in the subconscious and such. So that's going to be the deck. So let's see. I guess it's the main tarot, and then I will have my two oracles. So let's see what the collective should be mindful and aware of this week, the end of December, and bringing us into a new year. Let's see what we are guided towards and what may apply, or energies, circumstances to be mindful of, to work through, and how to have the most effective and empowered week, no matter what it may bring. So let's see. What does this collective need to know for this upcoming week? And I'm going to pull three. That's usually what I do because it's a magic number. That's what I'm already being told by my guides. So yeah. So let's see. So three cards. We got 0. Well, here is a Fool. The Seeker. Some of the cards are renamed in this deck. So again, she's a bit of a dark deck and is hand painted. She does actually have looks at things at different perspectives. So again, if you like you like something that's been very thoughtful and very evocative, this is a deck for you. But okay, this is the Seeker for the Fool. I like that renaming quite a lot. It's a major arcana. So again, as we're leaving 2024 and going into 2025, this is an appropriate card. The Seeker, the Fool. Where are we going? What are we leaving behind? The path is unknown. However, we are all going to take a leap of faith and move forward into this upcoming year. That's what the Seeker is. What will we be seeking this coming year? What are we want to learn, grow, do for ourselves, heal for ourselves, and make our own personal worlds better? We may not be able to change the full external world and circumstances, but how can we make our personal world better for each other and our relationships, and that which truly matters? That's what the Seeker is. What are we looking for this coming year? And what are we looking for this coming week? Because it all ties in. Secondly, the next card is going to be the Five of Crystals. Now, the Five of Crystals is actually in this deck, and I think because they renamed the suits too. While chalices are still cups, and of course wands are wands. But it's Five of Crystals. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank this morning. Nothing unusual about that. That's what you get when you have vivid dreams and energies and things that contact you in your sleeping channel. A lot of that lately. That's fine though. Nature of the game and nature of my life. And let's see here. So it is Seven of Blades. So this is actually pentacles or coins. There we go. Gotta put a sense of humor in there. So this is Seven of Blades or Seven of Swords. I just love this artwork. And these were all hand painted too, these images were. So if you're looking for something unique that's not the mainstream, this, as I said, is evocative and it has a very empowering, haunting, but drawing voice. And each time I pick it up and do different things, different readings or different messages or path working, it gives a different message. So again, yeah. So this is telling me this week, besides the Seeker and the Fool of what we're looking and moving from and through and into the unknown and what we are truly looking for and searching for and possibly taking many steps of leaps of faith this week, I believe, on different levels for each of us. There's also going to be that Five of Crystals. Now, this is actually, this deck, as you can see, as I mentioned last week, there's a lot of light energy in here. Now, this is telling me that despite feeling angsty, a bit of angst, depression, maybe not feeling quite yourself and out of sorts, and the way that the world is happening, the external world is, and how we feel internally, because they do go in tandem with one another. This is saying is that despite the financial things in the world that are changing, for many things not for the better, and life's getting increasingly hard with the way the world is and the struggles and the different things, and just trying to survive and make the best of our lives. But this is also showing me, as I said, this deck shows me, it speaks to me with a different message. And it comes through as Hecate and Lilith a lot in this, these messages too, and the underworld. So this is saying that even though there is struggle, there's going to be still struggle and the feeling of hardship this week. And what are we going to do and how we're going to plan and how are we going to make it? What's 2025 going to present as we move into it? And the hardships or perceived hardships of 2024, or the actual ones, that still is, look at that light. There is still always a guiding light. There is always something to wake up to and something new to approach throughout every day. Look to that. So if you find yourself feeling heavy this week, finding a lack mindset, facing hardships, facing illness, or those around you, that remember to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, the abundance. You're still here. You still have, I would hope or would think, good people, relationships or family, or even work relationships, or just what you have abundant, meaning if you're watching this, you obviously have some means to watch this. If you have a roof over your head, you have that. If you have a job or means to at least survival for finances, that's something. And all that you have come, like I said, so far to bring you to this point in this life, in this week. So yes, there may be that lingering aspects of those thoughts, but again, reframe them. Don't repress them. Obviously, acknowledge them and process them. But look at that light there, that what I do have, what have I accomplished? What have I accomplished this year? What have I accomplished throughout my life? There's that illumination, and what blessings do I have that light me up and fill my energetic source and keep me from moving through each day and each challenge, and to be the best version of myself, and of course the best version to others that matter in my life this week. That's what that is. So seeking truth to move through the unknown and the hardships, but not to look at them as a complete hardship, but as a thing to grow and what you can use for your resources. That's going to be a big thing this week. Also, what is indicated with the Seven of Blades here. Blades are swords, of course. Swords are in the realm of air and thoughts, and also challenges. So this is actually the thing with the Seven of Swords. It is like all cards and all divination. There's always two sides to the same coin. Now, this has a lot of negative connotations in most decks and others. Again, I read this deck here because it is honest. It does tell about adversity and things, not in those happy, joy things, but it also gives a lot of illumination. So this is telling me that there, besides those challenges of the Five of Crystals and what we're having to face to seek, and just take that leap of faith and walk into those dark woods, as that seeker shows, to what we actually want to seek for ourselves, and start planning that. And also, what do we need to leave behind? That's what the Seven of Swords in this one is saying. Take back your truth and your power. Yes, maybe the big bad wolf of situations is going to be lurking this week, or will show its, rear its head, as they say, or peek around the corner. That doesn't mean that you don't have a means of escapism in a healthy and effective, planned way, or that you can actually plan also from what you've learned this year and throughout those different stages and experiences of your life, that what you are going to be actually moving forward and continuing to plan and tie up those loose ends. And as they say, dot those I's and cross those T's. You can be the victor this week. That's what I'm saying, is if you continue to seek and take that leap of faith this week, there is an indication of making that decision and taking the leap of faith into unknown, no matter what those challenges are going to present in the hardships. By taking that leap of faith and moving forward into the unknown force of life and circumstances this week, it's actually indicating that you can come out victorious. Be clever. Like the Seven of Swords. Take a clever notion or something you normally wouldn't do. There's nothing wrong with taking something that maybe at first you might think is not the right way, or might be not effective or against yourself, but maybe tweaking things a bit certainly is helpful and advice for this week. So let's see what the Haunted Manor Oracle. A beautiful indie deck by Syrian Shadows. It's out of print, so sorry if you're interested in this. It's a very beautiful, evocative deck. It is supposed to be for shadow working. It does have a great guidebook and does give that perspective, especially I use a lot of the guidebook for my own personal readings. But this is a great clarifier to the tarot. So I decided this one wanted to step out and go into conjunction with the beautiful Pythonic. This one has a beautiful voice and clarifying, and has a great, kind of like a person that has a great personality that kind of goes with the flow, adaptable, should I say, and flexible. It's not afraid of its own darkness or its own beauty or lust or telling the truth or helping one to face their own truth. So this deck, again, look at that beautiful backing. So let's see what this gorgeous deck is before I keep gushing over my favorite Oracle deck I got this year. And I'm glad I jumped on it for what we just talked about. Let's see what this collective needs to know in conjunction with the message of the cards for this week to be mindful, aware of, and have a healthy, effective, empowered week, no matter what may present itself, externally or internally, or relationships or approaches. Here's a jumper already. Okay, that means the guides want us to know something else as the deck. Okay, Black Mirror. So it says, face your fears. How appropriate. Face your fears. So with the Black mirrors are used for scrying, in divination and many things, and connecting with the other world, underworld, or spirits, or necromancy, or just gaining knowledge about future and connection. So and it's also very deep, dark, and reflective and unknown, like that Seeker card. So it's face your fears. Face your fears of what may or may not happen, or what challenges, or what new things you have to start considering for the year, or what you need to face in yourself, and maybe your personal relationships and interactions. What am I seeking to find, and what's holding me back with my fears, my anxieties of what could happen, what may happen, how I may be perceived, how this may affect me short term or long term. If you're like me and you're an overthinker and into over analysis, yeah. So that's that. Next card it's actually just going to pull is going to be library. There's always something to learn. Indeed, there is. There's always a takeaway, even from the most horrible tower and devastating tower moments. There is always something to learn. There's always something new to learn each and every day, no matter what it is, or to go back and learn a new trade, skill, hobby, build on your knowledge and build on that. So again, this is about resources. There's always something to learn, and there's going to be that opportunity to do so through facing your fears this week, or acknowledging them. And the other one is lineage. That is going to be break free from expectations. So, yeah, cards and guides have spoken. Break free of your expectations. Now, or break free from expectations. So break free of your expectations of what did or didn't happen this year. Break free of and throughout your life, that is, what you can release. Break free from those expectations and break free from what is holding you back by facing your fears and facing the truth. To have a better thing for, or should I say, set forth for a better manner of your future. So that is actually so, and expectations of others and expectations we place on ourselves and others can be quite overwhelming and can cloud our judgments. But that doesn't mean that it has to define anything. As soon as we start noticing and acknowledging, that's the first step in the long run of working through those. Expectations are great in many aspects, but they're also can be a killer, if you know what I mean. So lastly, the takeaway from this reading, I'm going to pull one from the Soul Mirror. This is like the two sides of the same coin, or yeah, two sides of the same coin type of thing. This is a takeaway advice of the look at the perspective of this week's message, energy, or advice of the takeaway of this overall week's energies and message for this collective. And we have unveiling. So this is going to be, sorry, dark in here, clouded or radiant. As you can see those keywords in the bottom. Okay, so you see how this is half-masked. Kind of reminds me again what it's been saying about the like the Fool and the Seeker here, okay? The Seeker, should I say. So you do see where it is, things are being unmasked, unveiled. Unveil the truth. Do you want to have things clouded? Your judgment, your perception, or your decisions or indecisions clouding you, and your fears clouding you and holding you back? Or do you want to acknowledge them and move and flow through them and find the root cause in a healthy, effective way? It doesn't mean you have to rush in and do all this work. But again, take those small little steps of that, because that's what's going to get you going forward. I know that's what it does with me. But also it's going to say to be radiant. as you can see, like I said about the mask coming off, it's time to embrace your truths, your strengths, and take off that mask and to break free of those expectations of others in the world and others you have placed and imposed upon yourself, or that you never even chose to have those expectations on there. It is time to be radiant and strong this week through those 5 of Pentacles challenges, the unknown, in making those leaps of faith. There is going to be leaps of faith this week, I believe, that are going to need to be start taken. And of course, always continue to learn, always continue to grow, always continue to teach others. Use your resources to the best of your ability. That's what they're there for. Show your true self. Be your true self for yourself. Look at the other half, that the others, that maybe they are wearing a mask, and sometimes it can be for various reasons as protective measures, or that's all that they know. Give them that credit too. And again, keep seeking the truth, keep facing forward. And of course, if you find any value or resonate with this message or any of my past content, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. I'm stumbling over my words, nothing unusual. But yes, so with that, stay strange and have a happy new year.